Hello friends, my name is Vipralia Prince. Today topic is practical technique in mental healing. An engineer has a technique and a process for building a bridge or an engine. Like the engineer, your mind also has a technique for go- governing, controlling, and directing your life. You must realize that method and techniques are primary. In building the Golden Gate Bridge, the chief engineer understood mathematical principles, streets, and strains. Secondly, he had mathematically principle trace and trains. Secondly, he had a picture of the ideal bridge across the bay. The third step was his application of tired and pro- proven methods by which is a principle were implemented until the bridge took from and we drive on it. There also are techniques and method by which your prayers are answered. If you prayer if is answered, there is a way in which it is answered, and this is a sec- scientific way. Nothing happen by chance. This is a world of law and order. In this chapter, you will find a practical technique for the unfolding and nature of your spiritual life. Your prayer must not remain up in the air like a balloon. They must go somewhere and accomplish something in your life. When we come to analyze prayer, we discover there are many different approaches and methods. We will not consider in this book the formal ritual prayers used in religious service. These have importance place in group worship. We are immediately concerned with the method of personal prayer as it is applied in your daily life and as it is used to help other. Prayer is the formulation of an idea concerning something we wish accomplish. Prayer is the soul's sincere desire. You decide is your prayer. It comes out of your deepest need, and it reveals the thing you want in life. Be blessed are they that hunger and thir- thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. That is a really prayer life. Hunger and thirst for peace, harmony, health, joy, and all the other blessing of life. The passing over technique for impregnate impregnating the subconscious. The cons- consistently in inducing the subconscious mind to take over your request as and it by the conscious mind. It is passes over is best accomplished in the river like set. Know that in your deeper mind are infinite intelligence and infinite power. Just calmly think over what you want to see it coming into fuller fruition from this moment forward. Be like the little girl who had a very bad coach and a sore throat. She declared formally and repeatedly, it is passing away now, it is passing away now, it is pass away in about an hour. Use this technique with complete simplicity and naivety. Your subconscious will accept your blueprint. If you were building a new home for yourself and family, you know that you would be intensely interested in regard to the bu- blueprint for your home. You would see through the builder comfort the blueprint. You would watch the material and select only the best wood, steel, in fact the best over everything. What about your mental home and your mental blueprint for happiness and abundance abundance. All your experience and everything that enters into your life depend upon the nature of the mental building block which you use in the construction of your mental home. If your blueprint is full of mental pattern of fear, worry, and anxiety anxiety or lack, and if you are despondent, doubtful, and cni- clinical, then the texture of the mental material you are weaving into your mind come will come forth as more toil, care, tension, anxiety, and limitation of all kinds. The most fundamental and the most far reaching activity in life is that which you build into your mentally every working hour. Your world is silent and invisible, inve- nevertheless, it is real and real. You are building your mental home all the time. Your thought and mental imagery per present your blueprint. Hurry by hour, moment by moment. You can build radiant health, success, and happiness by the thought you think. The ideas which you harbor, the beliefs that you accept, and the scenes that you rehearse in the hidden studio of your mind. These statically mentioned mention upon the construction of which you are repeatedly injured is your personality, your identity in this plan, your whole life story on this earth. Get a new blueprint built silently by realizing peace, harmony, joy, and goodwill in the present moment by dwelling upon these things and claiming them. Your subconscious will accept your blueprint and bring all these things to pass by their fruit. Ye shall know them. The science and art of true prayer. The term science means knowledge which is coordinated, arranged, and systemized. Let us think of the science and art of true prayer as it deals with the fundamental principle of life and the technique and process by which they can be demonstrated in your life as well as in the life of every human being when he applies them faithfully. The art is your technique of process, and the science behind it. It is the definite response of creative mind to your mental picture of thought. Ask and it shall be give you. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and it shall be open unto you. Here you are told you shall receive that for which you ask. It shall be open to you when you knock, and you shall find that for which you are searching. This technique implies the definition of mental and spiritual laws. There is always a direct response from the infinite intelligence of your subconscious mind to your conscious thinking. If you ask for bread, you will not receive a stone. You must ask believing. You if you are receive your mind move from the thought to the think. Unless there is a first an image in the mind, it cannot move. For there would be nothing for it to move toward. Your prayer, which is your mental act, must be accepted as an image in your mind before the power from your subconscious will play upon it. Make productive. You must reach a point of acceptation in your mind, and unqualified and disputed state of agreement. This contemplation should be accompanied by a feeling of joy and restfulness in forcing it. Certain a complement of your desire the sound basis for the art and science of true prayer is your knowledge and complete confidence that the movement of your conscious mind will gain a definite response for your subconscious mind, which is one without boundless wisdom and infinite power. By following this procedure, uh, your prayers will be answered. The visualization technique, the east and most obvious way to formulate an ideas idea is to visualize it to see in it in your mind's eyes as vividly as if it were alive. You can see with the naked eyes only what already exists in the external world in a similar way that which you can visualize in your mind's eyes already exists in the invisible rem- real realms of your mind, and picture which you have in your mind is the substance of think hoped for and advice evidence of think not seen. What you form in your imagination is as real as of any part of your body. The idea and the thought are real and will one appear in your objective world if you are faithful to your mental image. It is this process of think forms impression in your mind. This impression in true turn become a manifested as fact and experience in your life. The builder visualizes the type of building he wants. He sees it as he desires it to be complete. His imagery and thought processes become a plastic mold from which the building will emerge a beautiful or an ugly one, a skyscraper or a very low one. His mental imagery is projected as is drawn on paper. Eventually, the constructor and his work gather the ancient materials and the building process until it standard finished conforming perfect perfectly to mental pattern of the artist. I use the visualization technique prior the speaking from the platform. I quiet the wheels of my mind in order that I I may present to the subconscious mind images of thought. Then I picture the entire auditorium and the seats filled with men and women, and each one of them illumined and inspired by the infinite healing presence within each one. I see them as a radiant, happy and free. Having first build up the idea in my imagination, I quietly station it there as a mental picture. While I imagine I hear a man, a woman saying, I ask, I feel wonderful. I have instantaneous healing. I am transform. Transform. I keep this up for about 10 minutes or more, knowing and feeling that each person's mind and body are saturated with love, wholeness, beauty, and perfection. My awareness grows to the point where in my mind I can actually hear the voice of the multitude proclaim in their health and happiness. Then I release the whole picture and go on to the platform almost every Sunday. Some people stop and say that their prayers were answered. Mental movie method. The Chinese say a picture is worth a thousand words. Williams James, the father of American psychology, states the fact that the subconscious mind will bring to pass any picture held in the mind and black back by faith act as thought. I am and I will be. A number of years I was in the Middle West lecturing in several state and I desire to have a permanent location in the general area from which I could serve those who desire help. I traveled far, but the desire did not and leave my mind. One evening while in a hotel shop, spoken spoken was washing tone. I relax completely on a couch. Im- Immobile, my attention and in a quite passive manner, imagine that I was talking to a large audience, saying in effect, I am glad to be here. I have prayed from the idea opportunity. I saw in my mind eyes the imaginary audience and flat the reality of it all. I played the role of the actor. Remain these mental move and flat certified that this picture was begin convey to my subconscious mind, which would bring it to pass in its own way. That the next morning on awaking, I felt a great sense of peace and satisfaction, and in a few days' time, I am receive a telegram asking me to take over an organization in the Midwest, which I did, and I enjoy it immensely for year. The method outlined here appeals to many who have described it as the mental moving method. I have received numerous letters from people who listen to my radio talk and weekly public lecture, telling me of the wonderful result they get using this technique in the sale of their property. I suggest to those who have homes or property for sale that they satisfy themselves in their own mind that their price is right. Then I claim that the infinite intelligence it is attracting to them the buyer who really want to have a property and who will have it and po- pros- prosper in it. After having done this, I suggest that they quiet their mind, relax, let go, and get into droves, sleepy state, which reduce all mental effort to minimum. Then they are to picture the check in their hand, rejoice in the check, give thanks for the check, and go off to sleep, feeling the naturalness naturalness of the whole mental movie create in their own mind. They must act as thought it where an objective reality, and the subconscious mind will take it as an impression and thought through the deeper currents of the mind. The buyer and the seller are both together a mental picture held in the mind, backed by faith, will come to pass. The Bedian's technique. Careless but Bowdoin, Bowdoin was a professor at the Rousseau Institute in France. He was a brilliant psychologist, and research director of the New Nancy School of Healing, who in 1910 thought that the best way to impress the subconscious mind was to enter into Drove's sleepy state, or a state akin to sleep, in which all affect was reduced to a minimum. Then in a quite passive re- receptive respective way, by reflection, he would the convey the idea to the subconscious. The following his formula, a very simple way of securing this is to condense the idea, which is to be the object of suggestion, to sum it up in brief phrase, which can be readily grave on the memory, and to repeat it over and over again as a loudly to lullaby. Some year ago, a young lady, Los Angeles, was injured in a prolonged bitter family lawsuit over a will. Her husband had bequeathed his entire estate to her and his sons and daughters by a previous marriage, were bitterly fighting to break the will. The bound bound Bounding technique was outlined to her, and this is what she did. She relaxed her body in a armature, enter into the sleepy state, and as a suggest conde- condensed the idea of her need into a phrase consisting of 6 words, easily grave on the memory. It is finished in device or order. The scientification to her of this world meant that infinite intelligence operating through the law of her subconscious mind would bring about a harmonious adject adjustment through his principle of harmony. She continued this producer procedure every night for about 10 nights. After she got into a sleepy state, she would affirm slowly, quietly, and feelingly that the statement it is finished in dive order over and over again, feeling as a sense of inner peace and an all pervading tranquility. Then she went off into her deep normal sleep. On the morning of the 11th day following the use of the above technique, she awakened with a sense of well-being, a conviction that it was finished. Her attorney called her the same day, saying that the opposing attorney and his clients were willing to settle. A harmonious agreement was reached, and a litigation was discounted. The sleeping technique by entering into a sleepy draw state in for is reduced to a minimum. The conscious mind submerged to a great extent when in a sleepy state. The reason for this is that the highest degree of opportunity of outcropping of the subconscious occur prior to, prior to sleep, just after the awaken. In this state, the negative thoughts which tend to naturalize your desire and so prevent acceptation by your subconscious mind are no longer present. Suppose you want to get rid of a destructive habit. Assume a comfortable posture. Relax your body and be still. Get into a sleepy state, and in that sleepy state say quietly over and over again as a lullaby, I am completely free from this habit. Harmony and peace of mind resign supreme. Repeat the above slowly, quietly, and lovingly for 5 or 10 minutes a night and morning. Each time you repeat the word, the emotional value become greater. When the use comes to repeat the negative habit, repeat the above formula out loud by yourself. By this means you induce the subconscious to accept the idea, and a healing follows. The thank you technique in the Bible, Paul recommends that we make no or our request with Paris and technique, giving some extraordinary result. Follow this simple method of prayer. The thankful heart is always close to the creative force of universe, causing countless blessings to flow to world it by the law of reciprocal relationship based on a cosmic law of action and reaction. For instance, a father promise his son a car for a graduation. The boy has not yet received the car, but he is very thankful and happy and is joyous as a thought he had actually received the car. He knows his father will fulfill his promise, and he is full of gratitude and joy, even thought he has not yet received the car. Possibility speaking, he has however received it with joy and thankfulness in his mind. I shall illustrate how Mr. Brock applied this technique with excellent result. He said, "Bliss are piling up. I am out of work. I have three children and no money. What shall I do regularly, even night and morning, for a period of about 3 weeks?" He repeated the word, "Thank you, Father, for my wealth," in a relaxed, perfect, peaceful manner until the feeling or mood of thankfulness dominated his mind. His imagination, he was addressing the infinite power of the intelligence within him, knowing of course that he could not see the creative intelligence or infinite mind. He was sealing with inner eyes of spiritual perception, realizing that he thought image of wealth was the first cause relative to the money, position, and food he needed. His thought feeling was the substance of wealth, untrammeled by attention conditions of any kind. By repeating "Thank you, Father," over and over again, his mind and heart were lifted up to the point of acceptation, and when fear, thought of lack, poverty, and distress came into his mind, he would say, Thank you, Father," as often as necessary. He knew that as he kept up a thankful attitude, he would recondition his mind to the idea of wealth, which is what happened. The sequel to his prayer is very interesting. After praying in the above mentioned manner, he met a former employer of his on the street, whom he had not seen for 20 years. The man offered him a very lucrative position and advanced him $500 on a temporary loan. Today, Mr. Brock is vice president of the company for which he works. He recent remark of me was, I shall never forget the wonder of thank you, Father. It has world wonder for me. The affirmative method, the effectiveness of affirmation is determined largely by your understanding of the truth and the meaning back of the world. In praying use not way repetition. Therefore, the power of your affirmation lies in the intelligence application of definite definite and specific positive. For example, a boy had 3 and puts down 7 on the black blackboard. The teacher affirms with mathematical certainty that 3 and 3 are 6. Therefore, the boy chances his Fergus accordingly. The teacher's statement did not make 3 and 3 equal 6 because the latter was already a mathematical truth. The mathematical truth caused the boy to rearrange the figure on the blackboard. It is abnormal to be sick. It is normal to be healthy. Health is the truth of your being. When you affirm health, harmony, and peace of yourself or another, and when you realize these are universal principles of your own being, you will rearrange the negative pattern of your subconscious mind based on your faith and understanding of that which you affirm. The result of the affirmative process of prayer depend on your conforming to the principle of life, regardless of appearances. Consider for a moment that there is a principle of mathematical and none of error. There is a principle of truth but none of the dissonance. There is a principle of intelligence but none of ignorance. There is a principle of harmony and none of discord. There is a principle of health but none of disease. And there is a principle of abundance but none of poverty. The affirmative method was chosen by the another for use on his sister who was to be operated on for the removal of gallstones in a hospital in England. The condition described was based on the diagnosis of hospital tests and the usual X-ray procedure. She asked me to pray for her. We were separated geographically about 600,000 600 6,000 6,050 miles, but there is no time or space in the mind principle. Infinite mind or intelligence is present in in its entirety at every point simultaneously. I withdrew all thought from the complication of symptoms and from the corporeal personality altogether. I affirmed as follows: this prayer is for my sister Catherine. She is relaxed and at peace, possessed, balanced, serene, and climb the healing intelligence of her subconscious mind, which create her body is now transforming every cell, nerve, tissues, musical, and bone of her begin according to the perfect pattern of all organs. Lord, Lord, in her subconscious mind, silently, quietly, all disturbance, thought pattern in her subconscious mind are removed and dissolved, and the virtually wholeness and beauty of the life principle are made manifest in every atom of her being. She is now open and recep- recep- respective to the healing currents which are flowing through her like a river, restoring her to perfect health, harmony, and peace. All distortions and ugly images are now washed away by the infinite ocean of love and peace flowing through her, and it is so. I affirmed affirmed the above several times a day, and the time end of 2 weeks my sister had an examination which show a remarkable healing, and the X-ray provide negative to affirm. So it is to state that is it is so, and as you maintain this attitude of mind as a true regardless of all evidence of the contrary, you will receive an answer to your prayer. Your growth, your thought can only affirm for even if you deny something, you are actually affirming the presence of what you deny, respecting affirmation, knowing what you are saying and why you are saying it leads the mind of that state of conscience where is accept that which you state as a true. Keep on affirming the truths of life until you get the subconscious reaction which satisfies. The argumentative method. This method is just what the world implies. The state stems from the producer of Dr. Financial Parkroot Hurt Quimbley of Maine, Dr. Quimbley Quambi, a pointer in the mental and spiritual healing live and practice in Belfast, Maine, about 100 years ago. A book called the Quambi Manuscripts, published in 1921 by Thomas Y. Crowell Company, New York City, and edited by Horatio Dresser, is available in your library. This book gives the newspaper accounts of these men's remarkable result in prayer treatment of the sick. Quambi duplicate many of the healing miracle recorded in the Bible in belief. The argumentative method employed according to Quambi consist of spiritual reasoning, where you convince the patient and yourself that his sickness is due to his false belief through groundless fear and negative patterns lot in his subconscious mind. Your reason is out clearly in your mind and convince your patient that the disease or ailment is due only to distorted twisted pattern of thought which has taken form in his body. This wrong belief is in some external power and external causes has now externalized itself as a sickness and can be changed by changing the thought pattern. You explain to the sick person that the basis of all healing is a change of belief. You also point out that the subconscious mind created the body and all its organs. Therefore, it know how to heal it, can heal it, and he is doing so now. As you speak, you argue in the car- cartoon of your mind that the disease is a shadow of the mind based on a disease soaked morbid thought imagery. You continue to build up all the evidence you can muster on behalf of the healing power within, which create all the organs in the first place, and which has a perfect pattern of every cell never and twist within it. Then you render a verdict in the courts of your mind in favor of yourself or your patents. Your liberate the sick one by faith and spiritual understanding. Your mental and spiritual and even evidence is over overwhelming. There being but one mind, what you feel as true will be restored in the experience of the patent. This producer is Initially, the argumentative method used by Dr. Kwame of Maine from 1849 to 1869. Thank you.